Welcome back, lacrosse fans, for Game 2 of the VILL. Today, we have the Aces and the Arrows. We saw the Arrows on Tuesday. They didn't have the greatest game, but hopefully they're going to bounce back here. Officials, again, are Liam Reed and Greg Pepper. And here we go, right away. First draw, good battle at center. A lot of bodies in the middle. Ball squeaks out, and the Aces will gain possession. And good double pressure, but they managed to get it out. Off 24, Dan Alger. Gets it over half, couple shimmy shakes. Moves it across, looks for his low crease guy there. Back up. Moves it across to the right shooter. Right shooter makes a couple passes, goes, looks inside, backs out. Good pressure from the Arrows there down low. Ball stuck behind the back of the net. The Arrows scooped up that ball, and they'll be there 30, and they're clear. And the Arrows get it out with one pass, and they're in the zone. Surveys up top. Looks for his other shooter. Arrows player ducks it in, but gets doubled quickly. Ball loose, and the Aces scoop it up. And a breakaway for number 29. One shot, Jericho Paul with a big save. Scoops it out of his pads into his stick. Nice long laser pass on a string. Good body contact, though, from the Aces. And 14 will recover that ball after the pressure. Moves it across. 24, Dan Alger. We're in the A tonight. Shot. Big save by Jericho. Ball squeaks loose in the corner. The Arrows will collect that ball and move out with a triple team from the Aces. He continues through. Gets the clear. Pressure's still on him, though. Arrows hold the ball, move it off to the left shooter. Pass up to the top center. Steps in, has a shot, misses the net. The Aces collect the loose ball, and they're off. They managed to clear the zone within 5 seconds. Surveys, waits for his team to change. Has to change himself. Moves the ball off to the left shooter. Ducks inside. Dive. Shot. But Jericho's there to make the save. Arrows pick up that loose ball. The pressure from the Aces. Bit of a dump, though. We'll play on. Arrows continue with the ball. And we will have a 10-second count. Aces ball. Number 1 for the Aces on the top left shooter spot. Moves it to center, 24, Dan Alger. Dan Alger steps, shoots outside, post and out. That was the quietest post and out I've ever heard. Ball goes all the way back down. I believe it's Spavin and net for the Aces. He collects that ball, he moves it up to center quickly. Aces right back in their set. Good screen on the left shooter. Number 1 comes across, shot. Jericho with a save. Arrows collect that loose ball. Good pressure from the Aces on the breakout. They managed to get the ball out, though, the Arrows. 21 can't quite keep the ball on his stick with the pressure. And it looks like Nolan Ryan for the Aces collects that ball and hustles that ball up the floor. Ball moves from center to shooter. Good stick contact there. Comes in for the hard screen, 23 for the Aces. Ball moves up top. Looks, crease guy, shot, Jericho. I should have scooped that one up. Jericho looks deep, can't quite make contact with his player there. The ball moves all the way down to his counterpart at Spavin. Spavin pass out, the ball moves up, no pressure from the Arrows. They do have a short bench, looks like all of 6 extras on the sideline there for them. They need to use their 30s. Aces move the ball to the top. Backhand pass, shot. Another post and out. Jericho Paul will be thanking those posts at the end of this period. Ball's loose on the side. Full 30, whoever scoops it up. Aces can't quite wrangle that pass as it bounces through. Ball moves down low, right up to the shooter. Shot. No reset called. And we're going to have a back over whistle. Arrows ball. Let's see what the Arrows can do with possession here. See if they can do a good set. Use all 30. Pressure comes right away from the Aces. Arrows in no rush to get their feet moving. They're just going to get pushed right into those boards. Good screen comes in to help, though. Ball moves around the net. Ball pops out and is bouncing towards the center line. We're going to play the advantage, and Aces are on a 2-0 breakaway. Jericho able to stop the ball and keeps it out of the net. Aces, unfortunately, pick the ball up and dump it in the empty side. First goal of the game for the Aces. And here we see just absolutely no help. Goalie left out to dry as Aces collect the rebound and dump in on a cross-crease pass. Looked like Josh Nelson on that breakaway. Able to finish off a bit of a dump, pass and dump there. That'll be the Aces' key to victory out here, is just outrun the other team. Draw at center. Ball hovers, squeaks its way out. Still loose. Two bodies aside, and the Aces pick the ball up and move down the field. Number 14, Jared Rossender gets the ball out to Dan Alger, 24. Alger moves the ball from center down to his left shooter. Mispassed, just deflected off the referee and sits in the corner. Number 23 for the Aces steps, and we have a illegal screen call from the official. Jericho Paul fakes the pass off, looks for his player low. Arrows with a long pass and cannot connect. The ball remains loose in the Aces defense. They do manage to pick the ball up. Spaven sets a screen. And a little soft pushing in the corner between Ryan and another Arrows player. We're going to go Arrows ball with some soft beaks from the benches. 13:03 left in the first period here. We have 0 shots for the Arrows team. Let's see if they get their first shot on net. Maybe first goal. Arrows move down the left shooter. Streaks across up. Loses his stick. Uses his hand on the ball. We're going to have a handball. We're going to go right down Aces breakaway. 33 for the Aces. Streaks down. Shot. No pump fake. Save by Jericho Paul. Arrows scoop that ball up. And they move up. And they get it out to center and cleared. No issue. Pressure on the Arrows, on the sideboards. A lot of off-ball movement. Unfortunately, the Arrows are not paying attention to their off-ball. Shot, hard angle, easy save for Spaven. Ball loose along the boards here. Three Aces players to 1 on the loose ball there. Aces get it out. Alger now with the ball. Brings it over to the right side. Quick spin move away from the defender. Pass to the center. Save on the shot inside. Jericho Paul keeping his team in this game here. Jericho attempts a long pass. Blocked by the Aces. We have a foul for illegal substitution. I believe it's on the Aces here. Just the way the players are moving. And we'll have a Arrows power play. First power play of the game brought to you by Chason Nutrition and Fitness Coaching. Chason Nutrition and Fitness offers personalized coaching both in person and online. Their experienced trainers will work with you to create a customized fitness program that fits your goals and lifestyle. Chason Nutrition and Fitness. The Aces managed to pick the ball up after a short set from the Arrows. Josh Nelson streaks towards the net, throws it back and misses. Ball retained by Dan Alger. Aces continue with possession with 20 seconds left in the shot clock. We're playing 3-on-4 lacrosse. Alger streaks towards the net, makes a shot on it. Paul able to make the save. Ball's loose. Aces continue with possession. Good attempt to pass there, but 13 for the Aces. Couldn't quite wrangle it in. He does manage to pick up his own loose ball. Moves it up top to Alger. Alger has to save it before it reaches over half. Good tiptoe on the red line. Moves it across to that left shooter. Shot deep, unfortunately nowhere near the net, and that will be a back over. With 10 minutes left in the first, and 40 seconds left on the Arrows power play. Let's see if they can capitalize. Arrows will start the ball deep on the left side. Goes right into a double team. We do have a delayed call coming. Couple spin moves from the Arrows player. Shot and a whistle on Ace's possession. And a slashing call against the Aces. It's number 29, Dan McKelvey with the slash. And we will have a 5-on-4 as their first penalty expires on the whistle. Arrows given a second chance at a power play here. Ball moves across. The shooter shot. Good block by the Aces defense. Aces picks up the ball. Spaven looks to come out to set a pick. No one wants to oblige him with contact. Josh Nelson beats his defender. Breakaway. Big save by Jericho, though. Got to get Jericho moving if you want to put him in. He'll stand there all day and take your shots. A long pass. Spaven attempts to wrangle that ball and just misses the player. Arrows player takes a couple of checks in front of the net and will get the whistle for an interference. Arrows ball deep left. Moves it behind the net. Arrows slow in their change. Good defense by the Aces here. Looking to get that stick contact all day to the top. Shot. Spaven makes the save. Lets the ball trickle and allows his team to pick it up. And Aces will attempt to clear. One pass to center to Alger, and the ball is out of the zone with 8 minutes remaining in the first and 40 seconds left on the Arrows power play. Alger goes towards net. One shot. Oh, what a goal. And we see that change of pace from Alger. Lull your defender into a false sense of security and goes right to cage. And finds that open net right on Paul's off-stick side. 10 seconds remaining in the Arrows power play. They'll most likely be coming out on that whistle for our draw. 7:20 remaining in the first period. Draw stuck in the sticks there. Players hovering. And it squeaks out. Aces were now even 5-on-5. Ball loose along the penalty box. And scooped up by Alger. Moves it across to the shooter. Shot from the top. Does miss. It makes it through the irons. And Aces will retain the ball with 10 seconds on their shot clock. Number 10 for the Aces goes right to the cage. Looks for this crease guy. Good spin move from Kyle. Oh, a shot attempt. Can't quite find the net, though. And the Arrows will get the ball in the shot clock. Arrows move the ball up. The shooter that goes to net beats the defender. Attempts the 5-hole, but Spaven is there to close the door as he sits down. Aces break out, no pressure. Arrows smartly just move to change and get into their house defense. Loose ball, but Aces managed to pick it up. Ball at top center. Shot. Jericho Paul pushes that ball to the side. Rebound on the boards now. Still squeaking loose along the boards. Has moved now towards behind the net. And it looked to be stuck under an Ace's bum there for a second. Still loose ball. And the Arrows player managed to bat it towards center where his player is sitting there waiting. Throws a big pump fake at center to absolutely no one. But continues to drive, loses the ball. And Aces will pick it up and will attempt to clear. A little bit of pressure from the Arrows. That's good to see. Looks like Suratuk there, chasing. Alger with the ball at center. Shot. Paul stretches out, saves, scoops it up with a glove, and gets it out quickly to his teammate breaking out. Fortunately, the Arrows can't wrangle it in, and Josh Nelson will break the ball out for the Aces. Ball moves to the shooter. Number 1 looks to net, goes to net, and unfortunately steps in the blue, and that'll be a crease call. 4:45 remaining in the first period. A 2-goal lead for the Aces. Arrows looking to break out. Good pressure from the Aces at center here. Good shovel pass out to his teammate. Arrows move the ball off to the left shooter. Off to the right shooter at center. Shot. Blocked by Aces defender. Aces now break out. They look for the wide open 14. Breaking towards the net alone. And he manages to score. Just a great heads-up play of that loose ball. Looks straight up, sees his player, and just a laser of a pass. One quick pump fake and finds that stick side on Jericho. A goal at 4 minutes of the first period. And ball gets out. And Aces will pick up the ball on the draw. Let's see if they want to try and run their full 30 here. Alger goes right to net. Takes a soft stick check. Has a shot, but Jericho Paul puts it away. Number 3 for the Aces. Moves it off to 24. Moves it off to the left shooter. Down to the left crease. Back to center. Good ball moving out here for the Aces. Tempted to do too much. And the Arrows not letting anything free in their zone. Ball with the top center, 24 Alger. Looking for a teammate, looks for the left shooter. Back to Alger. Streaks through alone, no defender. Doesn't quite find the net. And the Aces with 10 seconds on their shot clock. A shot deep. Paul manages to get a shoulder on it, pushes it aside. And the Arrows get a lucky bounce. Unfortunately, cannot keep it going. It will be the Aces' ball. 2.5 left in the first period here. Let's see if the Aces can continue to keep their lead widening. Oh, good attempt at the through pass. Unfortunately, can't quite wrangle in, and the Arrows are off. Arrows player goes right to net on his wrong side. Can't quite find that far side, though. And it manages to find itself out of bounds. Aces ball. 2 minutes remaining in the first period. Looks like Jordy Bryant breaking out for the Aces. Makes it over half just in time. Looks for a teammate. Passes to Dale Sutton there on the shooter. Number 1 for the Aces. Shot deep right into Jericho's chest pad. We have a delayed call. And the Aces want to let him know how unhappy they are with whatever he did. But the officials let him know you can't do that. We'll see what the actual call on the floor is. You know, sometimes all you gotta do is say sorry. Maybe they'll let you get off free. We're gonna have 2 for roughing here. And we'll have an Aces power play. Brought to you by Jen Patterson Wealth Management. Jen Patterson Wealth Management is a leading financial service company in Canada that offers a range of investment, insurance, and financial planning solutions. The Aces unable to capitalize right away in their first set, but they do get the ball back after a 77 makes a couple nice moves in center, but can't quite find the net. 45 seconds remaining in this first period. Let's see if they want a full 30 or they're going to go quick to the net. Alger moves it across to 1. Back to Alger. The assistant looking for someone on the crease. Can't quite make that pass. The Aces continue with possession. 10 on their shot clock. Back to Alger on the top. Makes one move. Shot. Jericho able to put that ball to the side, though. Full 30 on the reset. Shot across. Can't quite find the net. 16 on the game clock. Couple good pushes towards the crease. 10 seconds remaining in the period here. Pass up top to Alger. The sticks are banging for the arrows. Let their goalie know. And no final shot. That's the end of our first period. Shots, 22 for the Aces and 5 for the Arrows. 3-0 for the Aces at the end of 1. We will have a 5-minute intermission, and we'll be back. Well, we might as well highlight one of the players who's doing quite well tonight so far. Jericho Paul, the goalie for the Arrows. In his 2 games played, unfortunately has 2 losses, but has made 85 saves against 116 shots he's seen. Unfortunately, he has led in 31 goals, but when you see that much rubber, the numbers are just going to add up. His average is about 15.5 per game. His percentage is .733. He does have 1 assist, so he is moving the ball. Welcome back, sports fans, to the second period of our second game of the night in VILL action. Aces and arrows. And we're going to start off with a power play for the Aces. Our two sponsors tonight are Chase On Nutrition, Fitness, and Coaching, and Investors Group via Jen Patterson Wealth Management. And face off to the Aces, and they're going to go right to net here. Pass to the crease, shot Jericho Paul there again to put that ball to the side. And the Aces move it up top, off to the shooter on the left. Jordy Bryant moves it across. Ball moves off to the right shooter. Aldridge takes the floor, surveys. Moves it across to the left shooter, back to the top to Jordy. Top, and ball will squeak over half for a back over whistle. Power play will end on the buzzer here, and we'll be 5-on-5 lacrosse. Arrows possession. Let's see if they can capitalize and get to the cage here. Good pressure from the Aces. Keeping that ball on the outside. The Arrows remain determined to get that ball to the net. Ball bounces out the backboards and into the back of the net. Spaven with a heavy stick. Comes out. And we do have a foul on the play here, and a couple extras. And we now have the goalie involved. And Spaven continues to go through the official and gets tossed around by his partner. And we'll see who remains in the game after all this. And it looks like they're telling the goalie to go find the showers after that. Just a reminder, you should not be trying to push through officials during altercations. And we'll wait to see what the officials will call. In the meantime, we might as well read out some sponsors. Let's have a quick look at the replay, see if anything good came out of it. Spaven comes right in over top and decides to throw hands on a down Arrows player. And everyone takes offense to it. We'll talk about one of our newest sponsors here, Jen Patterson Wealth Management. Jess Patterson Wealth Management is a leading financial advisory firm with over 95 years of experience in helping Canadians achieve their financial goals. With a team of dedicated financial advisors, Jess Patterson Wealth Management offers personalized solutions to help clients navigate through every stage of their financial journey. Jess Patterson Wealth Management. And the officials are mulling it over. Our clock continues to run, so we'll see if they reset the time. We now have a group of 4 players looking for an explanation on the play. Good thing for the Aces, they do have a second goaltender who will fill the net. That'll be number 31, Forrest Shepard. So we'll see what Forrest can do for the Aces. If we can keep this goose egg of a game going for the Aces. Might be just the turnaround the Arrows need, though. And here we go. After a lengthy delay, we will restart the game. Heroes move the ball to the left shooter. Left shooter rolls around his defender after the crease. Can't quite make that pass. The ball skirts loose. Josh Nelson in the corner scoops it up, and he is looking to break out. Beats the first defender. Beats the second defender. And takes a couple soft cross checks. Rolls the ball around and looks to dump the ball off. And Alger, the assistant, now with the ball. Looking to change pace and maybe go to cage. Has two defenders now on him. Looks to the center of the floor, and that'll be our shot clock. Arrows ball. Arrows with the 4-on-3. It's a lot of space out here. Get that ball moving and get that goalie moving. Surtuck brings the ball in on the left shooter. Moves it down to the left crease. Back up to Surtuck's got to find it right now. He's getting pressured right away. Aces are there. No back over. A lot of contact from the defending team. And the Aces recover the ball, and they're off to the cage. And we have an interference call. We're going to go Arrows ball. And the Arrows clear with no pressure as the Aces set up into a high three-man short man. Arrows loose ball in the corner. Aces with the pressure. Bounces up. Another Arrows player comes over to help. They recover the ball with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Comes over around the back of the net. Looks over top. Overhand shot. Shepard with his first save of the game. Arrows recover the ball. We hear Paul asking for settle. Arrows look to move the ball. From the crease up to the shooter. Oh, what a rip. Low to high from the Arrows. As that ball gets moving for the Arrows. Good pressure. He beats his man and changes pace and finds that top left corner. Goalie had no opportunity. And we are now 5-on-3 Arrows power play with 2:25 left in both of those 5-minute penalties. And we are at the 11:55 mark of the second period. Face off at center. Aces face off man all by himself. The ball comes out of his stick and out of bounds on a good stick check. Arrows will get the ball at their blue line and look to continue to capitalize on this 5-on-3 power play. Arrows player dumps the ball. Arrows ball moves to the top shooter up center. Can't quite handle that pass. Ball's sidelines, finds the shot, hits the post and the goalie. Second attempt, goalie's there again though. Aces are in the corner looking for that loose ball with 3 Arrow players. Ball pops out towards center, hits the blue line, and Aces are off on a 2-on-1. Looks for his man across center. Shot and a goal. Shorthanded goal. And Ace is just a classic 2-on-1 drill. We run it every practice, and that's why we do it. Jericho Paul unable to get across and make the save. Our score now 4-1 for the Aces, with about a minute left in both of those 2 major penalties that the Aces took during that little scrum in front of their net. Still playing 5-on-3 lacrosse. The official and the Arrows draw man are ready, waiting for the Aces player. Draw goes. Ball hangs out of center. Arrows do manage to pick it up. Arrows now odd man rush. Pass to center. Aces with a good stick to deflect that ball. Good body contact in the back. Good stick checks. Ball is loose. And a couple soft pushes to the face. And Josh Nelson in there to make sure that his player is defended. We're going to go Aces ball. And whistle goes to restart. Aces will have the ball. The official just wants to play the game, so let's go. 10 seconds remaining in those 2 major penalties. 9:40 left in the second. Aces bring the ball up. Alger now. High blue line. Burns his man with a change of pace. Goes towards net. Looks far side. Can't quite get past Paul, though. Paul looks to break out. Moves the ball up. Number 17 gets a stick check. The ball comes loose. Aces recover the ball. Josh Nelson moves it across. Shot for the top. Blocked by the defender. Arrows defender selling out to make that save. Alger with the ball. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Burns wide. Looks for the crease guy. Great pass. Great shot, but can't quite make it past the goalie. 2 seconds and no shot, so we will have a possession for Arrows. We are all even 5-on-5 lacrosse. And the Arrows will attempt to set up here with 8:40 left in the second. Good pressure, though, by the Aces. Arrows walk the ball over to the left shooter, looking for a screen. Screen comes. Good movement by the D, though, to push through. Ball moves across the center. Shot and a goal. I'm sure the goalie would like that one back, but a good attempt. As the Arrows player moves down and comes across, utilizing his pick there. Great cross shot. And it's two goal ball game now with 7:55 remaining in the second. Arrows have really picked up the quality of shots, not so much the quantity, but they're putting the ball towards the net and they're making sure that they're quality shots. Let's see if Shepard can recover, though, from a couple quick goals on himself. And we have a whistle for a procedure on the faceoff. We're going to go Ace's ball in the draw. Dale Sutton with the ball now, high left. Those yellow gloves make it easy to pick him out. Moves the ball off the top left shooter. Top left surveys, moves to the center crease, looks to Dale in the center. Oh, Dale looks to shovel that ball, can't quite find the net. Ball loose on the edge boards. Still Aces possession with 10 in the shot clock. Oh, number 3 for the Aces comes across, has a great attempt at the net, but Jericho Paul again is there to keep it out of the net. Arrows recover the loose ball. Deep change for the Arrows. Big breakaway. Takes a shot, but Shepard is there again to make the save. Arrows recover the loose ball in center. Full 30. Arrows roll around in the corner. Arrows make a pass to center. Can't quite find it, but the high player is there for the change to recover. Arrows look for a shot at 10 seconds on the shot clock. Top left, move it to top right. Step in, shot, miss. And a back over is signaled. And we will play the advantage on the breakaway, number 1 for the Aces. And hits the top crossbar. And we will continue to play. Arrows break out. Aces chasing. Attempts to stick check, but doesn't get much there. Arrows move the ball to the right shooter. Aces right away with the pressure. No time to breathe for the Arrows out here. Ball is loose. And the Aces will recover with Josh Nelson, their captain, breaking out. Nelson moves the ball to the floor. Number 17. Surtuck can't quite hold the stick there. Does get the loose ball, though. Good recovery. Has the dump pass. His player is deep waiting for the breakaway pass. Arrows player falls and shoots. What an attempt. Good save by Shepard, though. Again, the Aces captain, Nelson, will get the ball up. Unfortunately, his pass did not quite make his target. Arrows will attempt. And a timeout called for the Arrows. This timeout brought to you by Chason Fitness and Nutrition Coaching. That timeout with 5:14 remaining in the second. The Arrows seem to have a bit of momentum going here in the second period, with Spaven being tossed out of the game. Let's see if they can capitalize and continue to put the pressure on the Aces. Now, the Aces' keys to victory here are making sure they're keeping those defenders on the floor when they're on offense. The more continuous sets they have, the more success they'll see at the tail end of this game. Tempers have been a little heated here, with both offensive and defensive players continuing to shove well past the ball being gone. We'll see if they can keep their heads cool throughout the rest of this period. 5:14 remaining in the period. The ball will start with the Arrows just over half. And they will begin their set. Ball moves to the left crease for the Arrows. Good stick check by Josh Nelson there. Recovers the ball. Again, double team. Manages to spin through. Continues to hold the ball on the ground. One-handed. Takes the stick up high. The count is still on. And there is our 10-second whistle from the official. Arrows will get the ball back with a full 30 at 4:40 left in the second. Arrows player moves the ball up and gets it down to his shooter player. Ball with the top left shooter. Moves across. Looks for the shot. Shepard tracking well, though. Couple stick checks from the defense. Spin move inside. Shot. Shepard is there to eat that ball up. Aces will break out with one pass. They are over half with no pressure from the Arrows. Alger, the assistant with the ball on the top right side. Moves the ball, looks inside. Streaker can't quite make that pass. And the Arrows pick up the loose ball. And Suritak can't quite handle the pass for the breakaway, but he will be there all by himself. And he surveys, and he'll hold the ball, waiting for his team to take the floor. Suritak looks to drive. Gets a good screen. Bounce past his center, looks to change. And Arrows will have a deep shot. Unfortunately, can't find the net. And the Aces will be off. And will play on through the buzzer. Aces 2-on-1, passes center shot. Jericho Paul with the save. Throws that wing out and gets the elbow on it. Aces keep the ball. Jericho attempts with the stick to it. The ball moves to the corner loose. Aces pick the ball up. Pass to the center. Couple fakes. And goal by the Aces, number 10. .245 remaining in the second period. It's a 5-2 lacrosse game here. See if the Arrows can win a draw here and maybe go to cage. Looks like a win for the Aces, and they're off on a 2-on-1 again. Off to Alger. Can't quite find the net, unfortunately. Recovered by his teammate, though. Deep left. Moves it back to the right side for Dan. Oh, we have a delayed penalty on the floor here. Alger, a couple spin moves, gets doubled. Pops out, looks for a pass. Gets a screen in front, shot through, and scores! Great effort by Alger. So we'll see Alger come through, gets doubled, spins out, slows down, changes pace, comes through his screen, finds the pick, and finds the back of the net through Jericho Paul. The penalty on the floor will be washed, and we will continue 5-on-5 lacrosse. Minute 15 left in the second period here. And an Aces win on the draw. Aces hold the ball high left. Move it to the center, number one. Move it deep to the left side. Alger goes behind the net. Survey, looking for a pass. Up to the top right shooter. Through the streak of the center 14 shot. Jericho Paul again with the save. Ball is loose, back left. And a whistle for interference. And Arrows ball. 45 seconds remaining in the second. Arrows breakout, gain the zone with 22 remaining in their shot clock. Ball high right. Arrows walk it to center. High blue line. Couple stick checks from the Aces. Looking to dislodge. Arrows go to net. Wrong side. Gets a stick high. We have a whistle and a foul on the play. And the officials called holds. We'll see if we even have another restart before this period ends. Catch it on the replay here. Arrows player drives towards the net. Aces look to double, and the stick comes high and drags him down, unfortunately. And that'll be our second period. That's Alger, number 24, on the penalty. Our intermission is brought to you by Chase On Nutrition and Fitness Coaching and Jess Patterson Wealth Management. 5-minute intermission. We'll highlight one of the Aces players. The assistant captain, Dan Alger, has been a real strong force for the team. You see him in the scrum there. He's talking his team up. He's been the glue for this team for the last 2 games. He does more than just talk, though. He puts that ball in the back of the net. Over his 3 games played, he's got 4 goals, 3 assists. It's a total of 7 points. Unfortunately, he also collects penalty minutes with 12 so far. All right, lacrosse fans, we're into our third period here. Score is 6-2 for the Aces. Shots are 30 for the Aces and 13 for the Arrows. We will be starting with an Arrows power play for the third period. And we are ready for our third period opening draw. And an Aces win to an Aces player. Arrows do pick up the ball, and we will have an interference call, Arrows ball. And Arrows look to capitalize on their power play here. Ball at the top center. Has a look, looks to survey, looks to his top left shooter. Looks like SÁNEC comes around. Teammate can't quite handle the pass. Good pressure, though, from the Aces. Shot. Shepard with the save and the whistle for possession. Aces will attempt to break out, play a little short-handle across here. One pass, and they're over half. One-on-one. Jericho with the save. Dumps it off to his teammate there. Good breakout from the Arrows. They are running short on their time here. Just over with 20 seconds on the shot clock. Ball moves up with SÁNEC on the right shooter. Has a shot. Can't quite find the net, and it'll be into the netting and an Aces possession. Nelson with the breakout. He's been running well today so far. Nice bounce pass up, and they're over half. Aces move the ball up on the left side. Surveys. Looks to get doubled from the Arrows. Ball moves to the top. Shot. Jericho can't quite rein in that rebound, and the ball goes back to the corner. And the Aces player 23, couple dangles over the top shot. No reset there. Looks like it hit Arrows defenders. And I believe that's Dane Gallant with the moves in the middle. Arrows move the ball up top back to Dane 23. Shot, sidearm, can't quite find the net. 3 seconds. With the shot, makes the rebound. Paul comes out to make a play. Pushes the ball to center, and it's a full shot clock. And the penalty's expired on the clock, but we only see 4 Aces players on the floor. And after the whistle contact from the Arrows, we're going to go white ball. Aces ball shot deep from 23 in the Aces. Arrows collect the rebound. A shovel pass to his teammate across floor. The Aces will pick up the rebound. Gallant looks deep shot with 26 on the shot clock. Alger comes out of the box. Aces with 20 on their shot clock. Look to set up. Ball moves to the left shooter. They've loaded left here with the righties. Bryant comes over the top. Paul with the save. Arrows get the ball, look to break out. Short time on their breakout. Shot clock's at 21. Arrows gain the zone. Ball moves to the right shooter. Cross from the changing player. Can't quite wrangle it in. Ball's loose. Arrows with the possession. A couple sticks are swinging. Shot. Shepard with the save. Arrows gain possession and are breaking out. Ball moves up the floor. Aces will walk it in, run it into the zone. One has a shot right in front of Paul, but Paul makes the save, no issue. Loose ball in the center. Ball squeaks out towards the Arrows bench. Bouncing, and Kyle Sawyer will pick up the ball for the Aces. No reset there. Left shooter for the Aces. Top center. Ball moves to Alger on the left. Deep left. Shot through screen. Saved by Paul. Arrows get the ball. And some soft, rough stuff as the Arrows are attempting to break out. Looks like we'll take both and will most likely continue Arrows possession. Our penalty is sponsored by Just Patterson Wealth Management. Just Patterson Wealth Management is a proud sponsor and supporter of lacrosse, a sport that embodies teamwork, perseverance, and determination. As a sponsor of BC Sports TV, they share the same ideals of the creator's game, promoting growth and development. They join us in celebrating the rich history and exciting future of lacrosse. Just Patterson Wealth Management. We will have a draw. Looks like offsetting 2-minute minors. So we'll have 5-on-5 lacrosse with 14:50 in the third period. And a good battle at center. The ball hangs around. Looks like 2 Aces players to 1, and Aces pick up the ball. And Alger will break the ball into the zone. Alger runs the ball down. Deep right side, shoots. Paul scoops that up with the stick. Paul looks deep. There is no Arrows player in the vicinity, unfortunately. He'll go right down to his counterpart in Shepard. And Shepard passes the ball off to his teammate, and the Aces move the ball up. No reset on the play. Paul save, and a rebound for 14. Aces score. Good heads-up play from the Aces there. The Aces attempt a long shot with the shot clock winding down. Paul makes the save, but unfortunately can't get over there quick enough for the dump-in return. Shots now sit at 40 for the Aces and 15 for the Arrows. Score 7-2 Aces. 13:30 remaining in the third. Face-off goes towards the Aces defensive zone. Arrows pick the ball up and are off to the races. Good pressure, though, from the captain of the Aces, Josh Nelson. Arrows hold the ball deep on the right side. Ball pops loose. Arrows towards the net, has a shot. Shepard's there to make that save. A second attempt. Another reset. A good save by Shepard. Loose ball. Arrows pick it up again for their third attempt. See if they can use a full shot clock here. Let their bench have a rest. Arrows deep shot through 2 defenders. But Shepard's there to make the save again. Surtuck with the attempt on the little shovel. Shepard selling out for his team out here. And we'll have a breakout for the Aces. Up to Alger, the assistant, 24. He runs it in onto the right side. Waits for his team to set. Breaks, passes defender, goes to net. Goes cross side. And Paul is there to make the save. Now Paul with the ball, looking to break out. Moves it off to his teammate. And the Arrows will break out. Arrows move the ball up with 1 pass, and they're over half with 16 in their shot clock. An errant pass, and unable to catch that ball. Will be back over Aces possession. Alger going to the net 3-on-1. Passes the team back to Alger. Shot. Paul there. Alger picks up the rebound. Shot again. Paul with another save. And the Aces with a full 30. They will slow it down. Moves to the bottom left. Backhand pass. Unfortunately, can't quite find a teammate, and Paul's there to get that ball. Paul looking for help. Not any Arrows players in the vicinity. Nolan Ryan will pick the ball for the Aces and move it up. And Aces will have the ball in the back left. Good pressure from the Arrows. Comes across. Can't quite put it on the ball. That was Kyle Sawyer at the attempt on the crease. Jericho Paul with the heavy pass through the Aces defense stick. Gets it all the way down and gets to his teammate. Shovel backhand. Can't quite find the net, and we might have it back over here. We'll play the advantage, and Aces will pick the ball up in the offensive zone. Jordy Bryant passes the ball off. 25 for the Aces. Top left. Surveys, waits for his team to get there. Deep left crease. Bryant comes around top, looks for a pass. Can't quite find his teammate number 2. Gets the ball back. Shot from a hard angle. Paul with the save. Loose ball bouncing towards half there along the bench lines. And we call back over. And some soft pushing in front of the Aces bench. And we will have penalties on the play from the Arrows player. Liam Reed, the official, letting everyone know who's in charge out here. It is, in fact, him. And we will just be taking one Aces player. Jordy Bryant will sit. And we're calling 2 for the slashing. And we will play 5-on-4 lacrosse. Arrows power play. And 9:55 remaining in the third period. Let's see if the Arrows get a little momentum here going into the last half of the game here. Last half of this period. Good pressure from the Aces on the top. Ball squirts loose. Aces player attempting to wrangle as he's running past the ball. Nelson as well trying to wrangle the ball for the Aces. And the Arrows recover. And continue down. Let's see if they'll take a break and set their power play up. They cross crease pass. Couple fakes. Shot and a goal. Great heads-up play from the Arrows just to use your legs and get down the floor. You know, the Aces are a little set, a little flat-footed. Nice cross-crease pass. 2 fakes, and Shepard can't make it across. And Arrows goal. That'll clear the penalty. We'll be back to 5-on-5 lacrosse with 9 minutes remaining in the third period. Shots, 45 for the Aces and 19 for the Arrows. Jericho Paul in net for the Arrows is working his best tonight to keep his team in this game. Face-off win goes to the Aces. Ball moves to the top 10. Alger 2 for the assistant. Looks back down to the side left shooter. Number 1. Gets a screen. Decides to not use it. Goes the other way. Goes behind the net. Looks for the cross-crease pass. Can't quite make the connection. Dane Gallant scoops the ball off to the far right shooter. Comes across the center. Takes a double. Ball goes back left. We have a delayed penalty. Shot from Alger. And we have a whistle. Couple extra fouls here. And it looks like our official will be taking 1 from each side with 8 minutes remaining in the third period. The Arrows player grabbing his face. And we have a 2 for the Arrows and a 5 for the Aces. So we'll play 4-on-4 for at least 3 minutes. 2 minutes, sorry. Will be Arrows ball. 4-on-4 lacrosse. Because there are different time serve penalties, a 5 and a 2, we will play 4-on-4 lacrosse. They are not offsetting minors or offsetting majors. The rough stuff continues here in the Archie Browning Center, but the officials are all over it. And that's their main job, safety first out here. So the Arrows take the ball in. High right shooter carries it in, comes across. Looks for a pass, gets a pick. Ooh, looks to make a fake, but the ball pops out of that stick. Ball's loose. Nolan Ryan for the Aces in the corner. And the Arrows continue the ball. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Looking towards the net to probably put it on. Shepard ready. One-handed attempt. Saved by Shepard. And that is a good possession shot for the Arrows. And the ball is loose. Arrows possession, a 2-on-0 for Paul. Paul makes the save with a stick. Crease call either way. And we have a foul from our other official. And we'll see what he calls on the play. We'll have a 4-on-3 power play for the Aces with 5:50 remaining in the third. And I believe the Arrows player just got ejected from the game. I'm not sure what for. The Arrows player throws his hands up, unsure what the call is for. And we will restart play with the Aces possession, top center. 5:15 remaining in the third. Ball moves to the left shooter. Back to the center. And another whistle. Not quite sure what the whistle's for. It looks like too many men to start for the Aces. So we will go possession to Arrows. Bit of confusion here on the floor. And we will go back to Aces ball. We look to be 5-on-3 Aces power play. Confusion from both sides out here. Aces move the ball to the center. Back to the crease shot. Paul with the save. Paul with the breakout. And he makes it past the goalie for a goal. See, the confusion works out for the Arrows as they manage to get a leaker and a clear cut breakaway and a couple pump fakes, and he finds the far side. Great cleanup and finish by the Arrows. With 4:21 remaining in the third, our game is now 7-4, a 3-goal lead for the Aces. Shots 47 for the Aces, 19 for the Arrows. Jericho Paul, the main reason the Arrows are in this game. We are currently 4-on-4 on the floor. And the Aces win the draw, and they go towards the net. Pass across 14, shot, saved by Paul. Surtuck will recover that ball to the crease. Looks for an outlet. He finds his man, but he can't quite wrangle in his pass. And the Aces will recover and go down on offense. 25 for the Aces. Sees an extra man in the zone. Backs out. Looks for his team to take the floor. Cross crease pass. Can't quite connect. And Surtuck picks the ball but steps back into the crease. That'll be an Aces possession. 3:50 remaining in the third period. Unsure what's left in the penalties as there is extra time out there. Aces move it to the top right. Cross to the top left. We are even 4-on-4 lacrosse. Shot from the top. Paul with the save. Makes it through the rafters and out of bounds. Off the goalie will continue Aces possession. Side right. Ball side right to the top right. A little bit of fumble, but he manages to recover it. Aces 17 from the top left. Looks for his low guy. Can't quite make the pass, but he recovers. Paul moves to the top center. Shot from top right into Jericho's chest. Paul manages to wrangle it in and looks for an outlet. Goes through the defender's body, potentially. Makes it all the way down to Shepard, who will pick it up for the Aces. Full reset. 3:05 remaining in the third. Aces gain the zone. Defenders giving a little bit of good stuff to the cutters going through. Alger at the center. Makes a couple moves. Wrong side. Ball loose back left. And a whistle for interference. Aces ball. 2:47 remaining in the third. A big thank you to our sponsors, both Chase On Fitness Nutrition Coaching and Jess Patterson Wealth Management. Aces ball. They move it back to the top right. Alger with the ball. Looks to burn his defender. Makes two guys. Shot. Paul makes the save. And a crease call. Arrows possession. the after whistle pushing continues. Arrows make one pass, and at the blue line, they collect it. They need to get that half line, and they gain the center with 20 seconds on their shot clock. Pass across to the left shooter. Pressure by the defense. Ball's at center, shot, and he scores! Another high outside shot. Makes it past Shepard. And we'll see just the quality of shot from high and outside. One pump fake to get the defender to bite, and right across through Shepard. It's now a 2-goal game. 7-5 with 2:12 remaining in the third period. Arrows have momentum. Let's see if they can continue to claw this game right back. They definitely owe Jericho Paul a couple pats on the back at the end of this game, whatever way it ends up. Face off at center. Goes towards the Arrows players. And the Aces will pass the center. Alger scores! Great pass from Jordy Bryant to Alger on the crease. Bryant surveys. Alger pushes his defender in, stands, waits, short side. Great feed for Bryant to Alger. It's 2:01 in the third. We're now a 3-goal game with 8-5. Some discussion happening at the penalty box. And it looks like we're 5-on-4 lacrosse with an Aces power play. They seem to sort their clock out down there. That's good. Last 2 minutes of the game. Aces win that draw. Pass down to the crease with Jordy Bryant. He collects it. Gets double teams. And Paul picks up the ball in the crease. And a penalty to the Arrows. The official having none of it. And the Arrows deciding to talk to anyone he can on the way to the box. Smiling the whole time, having a great time. It'll be a 2-minute for slashing. So he'll be there the rest of the game. Unless the Aces decide to pop a couple in. We'll play 5-on-3 lacrosse for the last minute 45, most likely. Let's see if we can finish this game unscathed. Everyone can be friends. At the end, we'll all shake hands. And the Aces come down to their power play. Move the ball to the top right, off to the top left. Back to top center. A little backhand pass, off to the top left, back top right, and a crease shot. No reset call. Then we have a back over, and it'll be Arrows ball deep in the Aces defensive zone. Minute 30 remaining in the 30. The Aces look to press hard since they are up 2-man advantage. And the Arrows move the ball. The ball is loose. And an interference call. We're going to go Aces ball. And the Aces move it hot up the floor. A 4-on-2 opportunity. Oh, a good attempt down to the crease. Can't quite wrangle the pass. Good pressure by the Arrows in the corner. Good shot by two. Shot scores as he comes across. Not much excitement in the building about it. And we'll see as he just gets kind of planted in the boards. His defender gets a little lackluster. A soft pick and one pump high and puts it low on Paul. We're back to 5-on-4 lacrosse with a minute 9 left in the third period. Good draw. Arrows pick up the ball, going towards the net. On the right side, Arrows player gets a stick check, retains possession. Good screen coming. Arrows player shoots deep and wide, and the ball is looking to go back over. And there's our whistle. Aces possession, and you'll pull it out wide. And we'll start it deep left. Moves across. Alger can't quite get that pass. Good defensive play. Alger comes across top. Inside. One attempt. And a foul. And it looks like a holding penalty there, as the Arrows defender did all he can to stop the assistant captain from going to cage, and decides to take an extra penalty by giving a little face wash to an Aces player. Just one penalty. My mistake there. Only the one call. Alger goes to cage, comes inside, and we come across high. And the hold call. And we'll restart Aces power play 5-on-3. Ball moves top right to Alger. Crease. Fumble pass. Picks it up. Up to the top right. Top left to Bryant. Back to crease call. Saved by Paul. Paul at 55 shots on him now. Ball loose. Aces recover. Alger the center shot. Can't quite find the net. 19 seconds on the game clock. Off to Bryant to the top left. Shot right into Paul's chest. He recovers it. And looks to go deep. A shot on net for the goalie. 6 seconds remaining in the third. And that will be our lacrosse game. A final of 9-5. Aces win. Thank you again to our sponsors, Chase On Nutrition Fitness Coaching and Jess Patterson Wealth Management. This is Nathan Chieso thanking you from the Archie Browning Center.